Hi, I'm Trevor Dimoff. I teach music and band. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to put your flute together and play some of your first notes. To open your flute case, put it on the floor so it can't fall and you can't drop anything. Then check to make sure that it's upright. Check for labels, the company. Often it's here, or if you see it here, you should be able to read it so that you know you're facing up. You can also check for rounded edge, or often this is the most narrow edge, so the lid is smaller than the rest of the case. So carefully open it up. The head joint, the body, and the foot. I do a head joint warm up first, so I'll take that out and warm it up. Now that I've done my warm up, I'll get the rest of my flute, the body, and then the foot. The first piece is the head joint, the body, which is the main instrument, and a small little piece called the foot. I usually start with a mouthpiece warm-up. Once I've done that, I get the rest of my instrument and put it together. Head joint and body fit together like this, so they slide in like that. Be careful how you grab the flute. Don't grab the keys because you can bend them and then they leak and it won't sound good. So this is the safest way to hold it. Gap here and try not to touch the keywork. The other hand you can grab pretty much anywhere as long as you're careful. Gently twist and push it together. I want a straight line between my keys here and my mouthpiece opening. And that should do it. Next, the foot. And that shorter end with the keys goes here. Try not to grab over top of them. Be very careful how you touch it. Same goes for the body of the flute again. I'll hold it in the same spot and turn this to get it on. You want a straight line from this rod to the middle of the keys to the mouthpiece opening. And now my flute is together and ready to go. Start with holding my hands like this. I'm setting safely on my lap very carefully. Hands like this. Put my bottom right hand underneath and then turn both of them like this. So my left hand will be like this, my fingers up, my right hand fingers up as well, thumbs are at the bottom, and my hands when I'm holding my flute will be almost parallel to the floor. Here's my thumb trigger. For now, I'm only touching the lower one. This one is a skip it, play this one, skip this, play here and here. Because I have an open hold flute, it's easier to see. Pinky goes here, but we're not touching that key for a while. The other hand, I find it's easiest to find from the back. So my pinky touches this key, that's one of my anchor points, and then the next three keys. So I have thumb and pinky here anchor. This part of my hand, right hand, will take some weight, and my face. And that's a proper holding position. When you sit, your chair should be slightly to the side so that your right shoulder is over your hip, in front of it, not next to. Otherwise you wind up playing straight like this, and it feels really awkward after a while. There's a lot of tension here. But if I rotate my shoulder forward, it's much more comfortable for me to play. Now, I've already warmed up with the head joint. Same idea with the flute. So I'm going to play with no fingers here. Find my lip position. Thumb and first finger is called B. Add one is A and G, same as the recorder. Now those notes feel great on the flute, B, A, and G. For all the other band instruments, those notes are really awkward. So we have to make a compromise. And because flutes are smarter and stronger than all the other band instruments, shh, don't tell them. We do the compromising. So the note I'm going to show you right now is called B flat. Use your first finger in both hands and your thumb. And another note I'm going to show you is called F, where we add these three fingers. So we had a B. This B flat is the first finger and the thumb. Another one is A and G that I showed you. Add one more finger, so we have all three fingers of the left hand and thumb, and first pointer finger of the right hand, and that's called F. So we're going to alternate between B flat and F. Now I lifted my fingers and stuck them under so you could see better on video, but we don't do that when we play. We just lift them as little as we can in order to keep the notes working. So B flat. Now, with the lips, you can also make the sounds go higher by making the opening a little smaller so the air moves faster. Try to move as little as of your face as possible. It's often really helpful to play in front of a mirror so you can see what you're doing. So I can play a low F, a higher F. I can even get a higher B flat. Don't worry if it's hard to get the high B flat. Don't squeeze your face or make funny faces because it will make it really hard to play it later. Just relax and you'll learn to get up there eventually, sometimes much faster than you think. Start with B flat and find the low F several times. Then when you think you're ready, see if you can find the higher F. If you have trouble, you can find the low F and see if you can speed up your air to get the higher one. But don't blast and don't squeeze your air or your lips. Otherwise you'll learn how to play squeaky but not how to play pretty, which is what we want on the flute. So, one quick reminders. B flat is first finger of both hands and your thumb. F is all three fingers and your first finger. So, your entire left hand, thumb, first, second, and third finger, and your first finger. Always keeping this E flat on as an anchor point to keep it from wobbling on you. Then, and once you can do that comfortably, you can add both Fs. Even if it takes a couple breaths to do it. So that's how to play B flat and F, your first few notes on the flute.